Now that college softball season is finally underway, I wanted to check in with Nicole and see how she's feeling and adjusting to her first college softball season after graduating. So, Nicole, how are you doing with it?
It's very weird, very different. A lot of people have been asking me this, friends, family, fans at the games. I think in the fall, it was extra weird because usually that's when I'm prepping, or even before the fall starts, that's when I'm prepping to get back into it. And, the fall is just a freaking grind. And so I didn't have to do that, which is also kind of nice because no one likes the fall. So,
No.
But was just bombarded with school. So it was, instead of practicing for hours, I was doing school for hours because I'm getting my MBA right now. So still a student. Now that season's starting, I went to the season opener in California with my mom because we used to go watch OU together. So thought it'd be kind of fun to do that. And it was just weird knowing what they're doing when I'm not there, just because I've been there. I know what they're going through and I know what they're thinking. And I know that they had to probably get on the bus super early and go to the airport and all that. And it was nice knowing, oh, well, I didn't have to wake up at this time to get on a bus or load a bus today. But no, it was very strange. And I think the weirdest part that I've been telling people is usually the team, they yell boomer and the fans yell Sooner. I'm now on the Sooner side. I'm yelling Sooner. I'm responding back. And that was the weirdest part for me so far. Granted, it's only, week 3? It's still very weird to be on the Sooner side. Yeah. In terms of the softball side, that's been different and weird. And also, people always say this, and you aren't following a schedule anymore that is given to you. I don't have to wake up at 6:30 for weights every morning and then go to class and then go home and eat lunch and then go to practice. My days aren't scheduled like that anymore. And now I'm having to schedule my own days, which is fine, but it's just different knowing that what do I do with my time, or how do I prioritize doing this one day and then the next? Usually it's just kind of given to me.
It's a hard adjustment.
No, it is.
It's a hard adjustment learning how to set your own schedule. How weird was it being at the OU stadium watching them play with you being in the stands?
Also weird. We were sitting right behind the dugout too. So it felt like I should just be, a couple feet in front of me and, but I'm not. And there was times, the first game I was sitting next to Brito and she, there's a play and both of us are jumping up, yelling, get that ball, and it just feels like we're jumping up in the dugout. It didn't feel like we're in the stands and, no one else around us is moving or saying, oh, dive, yelling at the players. And we're wait a second, let us sit down. Let us just watch. It's not my team anymore. It's not.
No. But it is still weird when you're there in the game. You it's just habit.
Yeah.
You think, oh, there's my team. Okay, I'm cheering for them. I got to yell. I got to do all the things. It's just so ingrained in you that there's a play. I need to yell. I need to communicate.
Yeah.
And then you're wait, I don't need to do that. I'm going to stay. Because I got away from going to games for a while, especially after COVID, because that kind of messed everything up. And then I got into coaching the team, and now I go back and I'm runner. I'm wait, I'm in left field. They can't hear me.
Yeah. Something I was gonna add though, that's different or weird to figure out is planning my workouts, because there's some things that I don't ever want to have to do again. There's some parts of a lift that I'm I would be okay with skipping this. And so it's kind of freeing being able to know I can pick which things I want to do, while still pushing myself. And, there's things that, oh, maybe I don't want to do this, but it's still fun or rewarding afterwards. I'll still do those. But the ones where I'm God, I just don't like this. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, but those are probably the ones you need to do the most. I hate to
No,
break
I
it to you.
really don't think so. Because there are ones that it's farmer carries or waiter carries. I don't like those at all, but I know they're good for me, so I'll keep doing that. But there's other things where I'm no. And then it's also realized right after I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do only lift. I mean, I thought I was going to have all the free time in the world just being a student, and I didn't. But I was oh yeah, I'll get into jujitsu, feel just super empowered and everything. Nope, didn't have time for that. So
yep,
maybe
I remember you talking about that over summer. Yeah, I'm gonna do yoga.
Yeah.
Maybe jujitsu.
Yeah. I was like, I can build a garden in the backyard. there's no garden. I don't actually have time for that. But I actually just did start trying hot works. But I went with Kelly and we did the hot yoga, which is actually hard. Yoga's hard.
Yoga's very hard.
Holding those positions. I was struggling. I was sore the next day.
Yep.
And
especially if it's like a vinyasa flow, like that's a workout. That means. It's more of like the workout type. So if you do like a nidra yoga or a yin yoga, that's more of like the very low key stretching, like meditative kind, whereas like a vinyasa is much more physically demanding.
See, I don't really know what we did, but I don't think it was relaxing because I was like dripping sweat, like my arms, warrior pose, but we had to do that. Warrior 2, 3, 4, however many there were. And I'm like, my arms are going to fall off.
Benefit to not having mandated workouts is you get to explore different types and see what works for you. Although you do need to lift. Like lifting, you have to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not something I will ever be into. Like running, people that can just jog. One, that hurts. Two, why?
Yeah, there's something wrong with them. Do you think there will be a time in the season when you're just like, man, I miss it?
Yeah, I think I've been asked that. I think it'll be once conference play starts, because the preseason stuff that they're doing now, it's like, yeah, I want to be out there, but not that bad because I don't miss like the 5 games in a weekend and every single weekend and having to skip class. Like I loved it during my 4 years, but I don't think you should be doing it more than that, you know? But I think once it comes to like you're playing for something, and that's when it gets really fun. And I think I will have major FOMO when that time rolls around.
Yeah.
But it's also fun to watch too. Like it always comes to an end, you know, so
yes,
you're not going to be in college forever. So made the most out of it. I finished best case scenario you could every year. So it's no complaints
or regrets. I'm sure. No regrets.
Yeah. It's also very weird not seeing the coaches every day and like teammates. That's also been very weird. Your social life goes from seeing the same people every day and like loving that, and then nobody, you know? It's like, yeah, like I'll get together with the girls sometimes, but like on a day-to-day, it's like, okay, I see my classmates, just fine, love them too. But then I go home and then, you know, I try to schedule out, okay, I need to work out, I need to do this. And so I'm not seeing that every day. And same thing like with the coaches. They were like a family. It felt like a family. And it's like you don't see them every day. And then I see them at the games and I'm like, hi.
It's a huge transition.
Yeah.
Very big. Probably I'd say that's a bigger transition than like if you end up playing pro. It'll be a bigger transition to finish college softball than it will be to hang up your cleats after playing pro.
Really? Actually, I could see that. And I'm also just grateful too that all of the seniors, except for Kelly, because she'll be playing in Japan, and she played in Japan in the fall. But 9 out of the 10 seniors, like we were still in Norman. So it wasn't like everyone left and I'm just here like, I don't have anybody. So it was nice because we're still able to get together and do things. And I know in previous years, some people had struggled too with like something so big, like your collegiate career ending, and then all of the people in your class go onto the next thing. Maybe you're still here or whatever. Like that can be very difficult. And I know it's been difficult for some people too. So it's just, I'm grateful that a lot of us are still here. It just kind of feels the same. Next year will probably be a little different. I'll probably be a little bit more sad about it. But right now it's great.
Yeah, but at least that way it's kind of like gradually fading out and not just like from everything and nothing all at once.
Like our coaches at OU do a really good job of preparing us too for it to end. They are very big on, you know, you are a person before you are an athlete. And, they tell you like softball's going to end someday and you need to be okay with who you are. You need to have like other goals and aspirations. You need to have more to you than just softball, because when it does end, you're going to be at a complete loss of like, what the heck now? So, I mean, they prepare you for that and they treat you like a person too. So you're not always just feeling like it's not like a transactional relationship type of thing. So, and then, once that day comes, it's emotional, but it's also like, okay, like I knew this was coming. I feel confident in who I am. And it was a great 4 years, but like, it's not the end of the world, So I think that they did a really good job of preparing us for that.